sunshine, wild ones. It's Bernadette, and I'm here for your pick a card daily tarot reading on what? Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, come on, it's the Bay City Rollers. Who doesn't love the Bay City Rollers? One-hit wonders that they were, but God, you gotta love them. That song is still the rockin'est song ever, and a really perfect song for today, because there's some cray to the cray going on today. Whammo bammo! 2. Are you looking at this? Looky what has shown up on your Saturday. It's hot up a her. The light is shining, the fire is going, and I don't even know what's about to explode in your life today, but it's going to be great. Okay, so first things first, thank you so much for pledging my Kickstarter. You're going to love this book. You're just going to love it. And if you haven't pledged the Kickstarter, get thee on over there to pledge my Kickstarter campaign. Have I said Kickstarter enough? Because this book that I am publishing is 700 pages, 300 animals. It is the most complete, most biggest anything ever on the subject of spirit, totem, and power, animals, animal spirit guides of all time. And it is, this is absolutely going to be the world's reference book for many years to come. And Sandra Ingerman wrote the title. Yes, wrote the title. Sandra Ingerman wrote the foreword. And yes, I'm going to say that forever and ever, because she's one of my idols, y'all. And it's just the biggest dream fulfilled ever that she would be so gracious as to do that. And so also, if you pledge the Kickstarter at the dolphin level or above, then you get to come to my free Kickstarter class, where you get to learn about how to run your own Kickstarter and the things you need to do. And there's a bunch of business advice, because I've had so many people ask me. I was like, I can't answer y'all individually. You've got to come to this class. It's free. So register down there in the comments. There you go. Now let's talk about these two cards that literally, I was sitting here singing the Bay City Rollers, and then I was singing, Elton John, and then I was singing Chicago Saturday in the park, blah. And whee, 2 cards came out. And see, you can't even, you cannot make this up. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm pretty sure y'all know what the Phoenix means, right? So that is all about the mythical bird that lives for 500 years, bursts into flames, falls down to the ground in ashes, and then rises again. And so for the world, and rightly so, I mean, if I had a nickel for every Phoenix tattoo I've ever seen on somebody, Lordy be, I don't even know. We could all do a week in Cancun or something. So, I'm not making light of it. I really am very deeply respectful of the Phoenix as a spirit, totem, and power animal, because, listen, people talk a lot of nonsense about mythology, right? Okay. But I am absolutely of the belief that the Phoenix is a real critter, because it's a thought form, and enough people have paid it homage and loved it and genuflected to it and prayed to it and called on it for, for power and to get through, and just, like, you feel like the Phoenix, right? Like Scorpios for sure. Our mission in life is to die and be born again, and die and be born again, and die and be born again. And that's what we do. We have many lives in this lifetime. And a lot of you that have Scorpio in your chart, a lot, like, big in your chart, I've talked to a bunch of y'all, and you've experienced that. And, when your life is a do-over, when you want it to be a do-over, the marriage you thought you were going to have for forever, the business you thought you were going to have for forever, losing that first couple fur babies or whatever, and you think this is going to be forever and that's going to be forever, and then it just goes paboosh, and nothing is left but, rubble and ashes. Well, you just, you take out a blower and you blow all that rubble and whatever everywhere, and then you just, you're never more. Or you scooter poop all that stuff together and you plunk it in an urn. You plunk it in an urn and sit there, and you sit there. You're going to be my inspiration. Or you make mud pies, or little clay figures, or whatever you're going to do with it. But the point is to rise again. Now, when we take a look at the Firefly, okay, I'm so excited about this reading today. I don't even know what I'm doing, because, I mean, listen, anytime an animal shows up, it's a powerful thing, right? But when you have 2 animals that literally mean the same thing, but in a different, like, the message is the same, but the vehicle is different, like I said, I don't even know the magic, the fire, the power that's going to unfold for you all today and over the next week. I don't even know. So when you take a look at Firefly, it's the Six of Wands, right? And that's I love that card, because if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card, meaning for that, it's this fella and he's on his horse and he's got the winner's, thing, and he's getting applauded by everybody, and hey, life is grand for him that day. That's what this card signifies. So life is fixing to be grand for y'all at some point. You're going to be the winner, right? Winner, vegetarian chicken dinner. So it is your moment of glory. And it's okay if you wear red and you wear fire and you shine your bright light, because that's what Firefly teaches us to do, is to take our light out from under that bushel and shine it bright. But now when you add the fire of Phoenix, okay, and you look at these, these two, one an insect, one a bird. I was, when this happened, right, I realized I didn't have a necklace on. I was like, oh, I can't show up on camera without a necklace. I'll be naked as a jaybird. And so I went to my jewelry cabinet, such that it is, and I was so drawn to this beansy little dream catcher, and I'll tell you why. A phoenix purportedly is a heck of a big bird, and they're real because when enough people focus on something, poof, it just materializes in the real world. I know it is. We're going to find a Loch Ness Monster. I think one of the fellows I've dated once before, at least one of them was a Sasquatch. I'm fairly certain of that. You get my drift. So when you look at the size disparity between these critters, what I realized, and why I put my beansy little dream catcher on, was that no matter what your dream is, no matter what's important to you, no matter what you want to shine your light about, it's important. No matter how small you think it is, because it's not to you, and it shouldn't be to you. Yes, that's right. I said it shouldn't be. Y'all know I really try real hard not to say you should, you shouldn't, blah, blah. That's not for me to decide. That's for you and Spirit to take up together. But this is just such an exciting reading, such an exciting day. And I haven't even gotten to the numerology of Saturday. Whoop! That I don't, I think I referenced this old boy I know that is just bound and determined to make the best pies in the whole world. And to others, that might seem silly. For some people, they wake up and all they want is a clean house. But let me tell you something. Having been flat on my back in 2019, not knowing whether I was going to live or die, one of the things I wanted most was to be able to get up and light an incense. How small is that? But to me, I can't live without my incense going all the time. It makes me miserable. I don't like it. It puts an energy flow in my house, but I literally did not have the strength to get up and light a dang incense. Small steps for somebody else, because they might think of it as incense, but to me it was symbolic of being able to haul my carcass up and out of that bed, which didn't happen for months to come. And you better bet I go through incense. I know Nog Champa wants to know who this crazy lady in Florida is, because I'm like, back the truck up, boys. It's time for more incense, right? So this day is heralding a time. It's actually twofold, which again, oh my gosh, the number 22, the number 2, and I've forgotten already. Okay, so that's the 6. Intuitively, I don't feel like that. I feel like repeating numbers, like this would be a fat 11, like 2 number 1s, real fat 11s. Or it's the 2 or the 2. There's something about repeating numbers. Now, a lot of y'all follow that. A lot of y'all know a lot about repeating numbers and angel numbers, that kind of thing. This isn't like that. This is like for real. For like you're just seeing 11s everywhere, or 22s everywhere, or 2222, or 1122, or 2211. There's something about that that's really coming, that is important for y'all to understand, that this time, these are your angels. These, look at the winged things that are your angels, because animals are angels. That's a fact. That is a fact. I believe they're just another form of angel, or angels are just another form of animals, because, because we'll get into that conversation another day. But when you talk about the little things, and the little things that you're being called to soar and shine your light and step into that winner's circle and understand it's okay to crow. It is all right to do that. And today is the day you want to do that. When you take a look at the suit of wands, it can either be fire or it can be air, which is crazy because both of these animals are fire and air. Now the Phoenix is an oracle card. So there's no suit of tarot that's assigned to this card in my deck, which, by the way, if you don't know, if you're just joining me, welcome to the madness. Welcome to the wild pack. And for those of you that are always here, thank you so much. I was telling my sister the other day, I was like, I'm in love with people I don't even know. How sad. I'm one of those people. I'm in love with people I don't even know. I've never met. I don't even know who they are. I love them. But this is my deck, the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. It is based on the Rider-Waite system, and then has a whole bunch of other oracle cards to go with it and all the animal energy. The most accurate readings, the most magical experiences people are having, like, I don't even know. So, okay. See, I picked up the card. It flipped everywhere again. Okay. When I take a look at this, and when I was drawn to this baby dream catcher, not baby, but small. I kept hearing the word small, small, small. And then I was told this is about people's dreams that they think are small or that other people think are small. They're not. But it's also about your fears, because dream catchers serve a purpose of catching the bad dreams but letting the good dreams through. And today you're being called to realize that your fire, your light is much stronger than you think it is. And the other thing is, the world needs you. Now, listen, I have a fair amount of, I've met a lot of people in my life. Let me just say, I've done 65,000 readings or more up to this point. And I just have lived a lot of life, and I've met a lot of people. And there are people that could not be less concerned with what their footprint in the world is, what their footprint to other people is. They just want to go about the life they want to go about and go about their merry business, and that's that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That said, whether you like it or not, you do make a footprint in this world. And I know, sure as I'm sitting here, I'm sitting here, that, well, at least I think I'm sitting here. I know that you would not be watching this channel if you didn't care about animals. I know that you would not be watching me if you didn't just know that you know there's another dimension. There are other dimensions. This is not the only reality, this 3D reality we live in. It's not. You're empathic, you're intuitive, you're sensitive. All the things I love in a person. And you do consider how you move through this world. It is important to you. And so on this day, I'm wearing purple because it's the third eye chakra day. And the number vibration of a Saturday is the number 8 now. When you talk about the number 8, you are definitely talking about the symbol of eternity. You're talking about karma and reaping what is sown, and it's an enduring, eternal number. And so it's really the number of mind over matter. And in its even in more spiritual significance of the number 8, we talk about that your strength of will overcome this material world and live in perpetuity. Now, you probably already knew that. Your soul is infinite. Your soul is infinite. Your spirit, which is what inhabits the earth, that may not feel so infinite, because it does. We'll transition and go back to what we once were. We'll absorb into the whatever your beliefs are. And then we might, slingshot right back around again for another trip around the medicine wheel. I believe that we do. Very much I believe that we do. And I'm watching, if y'all haven't seen it, I think it's on Netflix. Well, it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I don't know. But it's The Ghost Inside My Child now. It's made to be kind of a little bit boogity woo-woo. But the interviews that they have with these parents and these kids, those are about as genuine gets. I believe they are. I don't have any proof of that, but I believe they are. So if you can just get through all their editing, I don't have too much to say about their editing, but the actual stories and the actual verbal confirmation, or you see what I'm saying? I was like this the whole time. But where all of this goes is when you start to add up, okay, Saturday is an 8 vibration. It's the third eye chakra day. And now we've got this light. I think today is just a big, big day for you in terms of psychic messages, in terms of messages from spirit, from your animal spirit guides, because you're talking about letting the light in here, which is everything you talk about if you take a psychic development class. You're letting that light come from outside of you. You are going to move ahead with your dreams, no matter how small you think they are. They're not. And today is also about what you put out into the world, what your footprint is. And do you want to take the world? Some people want to take the world by storm. I don't. I want to be a fireball, right? Fire is very destructive. Of course, the phoenix falls to the earth in ashes, but this old girl and boy lights up with fire all of its own. It's not the fire that's going to burst it into flames, but it's fire, and that means it's that gold, life-giving, life-affirming sun energy, the gold energy, the warmth, the light, just the light. So I just encourage you, please read everything you can about the Six of Wands. I'll put the links. I think I've got the links, down in the comments below. Read everything you can about Phoenix. Just really sit and allow both of those energies to come into you. Work with those animals over however long you want to work with them. But today's a great day because, again, the number vibration is 8. That's about eternity. You might be working on opening your third eye chakra today. Who the heck knows what you're going to do? But please I'm really trying hard not to use that word. It's not a great word. When you ask somebody if they understand something, you're asking them. I read this. I didn't even remember where I read it. I don't know, a couple months ago. I've really been trying hard not to say that word because it's a spell that you're sending out. It's an intention that you are going to stand under me because I know this and you don't. Now, it's not meant that way mostly when y'all say it, but it could certainly be taken that way, and it certainly could send that vibration out. I don't want to do that. So you're being called today just to remember that you are a light being and how very powerful you are with your light. Because, listen, it's that old saying, if you light another person's candle with your already lit candle, what does that take away from you? Nothing. Not a dang thing. So help other people be lighting their light. And you don't have to do it in these grandiose ways. It can be little, but not in negative terms. It's still very big. It's still affecting the world in a very big way. So I hope that was helpful. Please pledge the Kickstarter. Sign up for my subscribe. That's the word, y'all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. And if you love to have conversations about all things metaphysical and you're looking for some, advice and opinions and just to, roll with the people who live in this world, head on over to gatheringofmystics.com, register. It's free, and all kinds of really fantastic things are going on over there. But as always, what's the most important thing is you're bursting into fire and being the Lord of Victory like the Six of Wands, and light is going everywhere. The most important thing is to do good for animals and to stay wild.